What were we talking about?
Killing an idea.
Oh, yeah.
Is that we have to come up with bombs that kill ideas.
But I mean, I feel like you're on this page. Are we going to wipe them out?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying that it is it's an emotional response.
Right.
I'm not on the page.
And that's not a good idea, emotional responses. Let's use this. And not.
So, what were we talking about again? Oh right, killing an idea. Metaphorically, of course. But that's exactly what Bill Maher just did to Stephen Colbert's entire late-night legacy. He didn't just criticize him, he took a flamethrower to Colbert's credibility, his comedy, and his cozy little throne as the king of woke late night. And yeah, I know, this isn't the first time Maher's gone off on his fellow media elites, but this one? This hit different. This was the culmination of years of simmering tension that finally exploded into a full-blown roast session that left Colbert looking like yesterday's punchline.
And now the dinosaurs are outside of the theme park. And
I do this for a living, and I'm not sure if I follow you there.
Okay, but they did.
Let's just say, if you like your takedowns with a side of scorched earth, grab a snack. This is gonna be good. So let's set the scene. Rumors start swirling that Stephen Colbert just got axed from CBS. Not retired, not rebranded, fired. And why? Because apparently, the network was hemorrhaging over $40 million a year from his show. Yes, you heard that right. $40 million. Now you might be thinking, wait, how does the #1 late night host lose that much money? And that's exactly the question people like Bill Maher started asking. But Maher didn't stop at the financials. Oh no, he went for the jugular. According to Maher, the downfall wasn't just about money, it was about ideology, about turning comedy into propaganda, about prioritizing preachiness over punchlines. And for Maher, Colbert represents everything wrong with modern late night television. Now, before we dive into the juicy bits of this takedown, hit that like button if you're already sick of late night hosts pretending to be political prophets. And if you want more unfiltered commentary like this, go ahead and smash that subscribe button too. Trust me, you're not gonna want to miss what's coming. Okay, now back to the roast. Maher didn't just casually criticize Colbert, he unloaded on him. From the get-go, Maher accused Colbert of suffering from chronic Trump derangement syndrome, a condition where everything you say, joke about, or even breathe somehow traces back to Donald Trump. Colbert, once a sharp satirist, had become what Maher called a mouthpiece for the machine, someone who stopped telling jokes and started delivering sermons, someone who no longer challenged the audience but pandered to them, and that's when late night went from edgy to echo chamber.
All the comics that were supposed to put everybody to bed or whatever it is, they all went bananas left. I mean, Colbert, these guys are terrible. Like, Kimmel to me is just maybe friends with him. I know a lot of people that were.
I love Jimmy.
Yeah, like he's
Colbert and I are not
me.
friends.
Yeah, like those guys to me, they're just the worst sort of partisan nonsense. You want everybody.
But the good part of that is we don't hide it. Like he doesn't like me and I don't like him, and we don't deny it, and we don't like it.
No, but he's nothing.
Colbert?
Yeah, he's nothing.
He's also very successful.
No, but he's just giving the machine what it wants all the time. For my differences with you,
That
I totally respect you.
is well said.
Yeah.
Giving the machine what it wants. I wish I had thought of that phraseology. That's exactly right.
And you know what? Maher wasn't wrong. Remember the golden age of late night TV? When Letterman was still the king and you could actually unwind after a long day without being scolded for your politics. Yeah, those days are gone. These days, late night is less about laughs and more about loyalty. Loyalty to one side, one narrative, one tribe. Maher calls that out, and brutally so. He even admitted he and Colbert, they're not friends. Never have been, never will be. And Maher didn't sugarcoat it. He straight up said Colbert is nothing. Not because he isn't famous, not because he isn't talented, but because, in Maher's words, he's just giving the machine what it wants.
I think I did his show twice. I mean, it just, you could tell it's on screen, and it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's not like we fought each other and like came to blows.
But it's
just
thing.
like, yeah, he's very opposite of me. He's like a married Catholic, and I'm like me, So, but that's okay. We're not alike.
You bring
either.
your lawyer to confession.
Right.
I got
don't
it.
have
I got
Republican gay.
But here's where Maher gets some respect. He's honest about it. He doesn't pretend to be neutral. He owns his biases. He even said flat out, "You don't like me. I don't like you, and that's okay." That's rare these days. Everyone's so busy trying to act morally superior while throwing daggers behind the scenes. Maher? He throws his daggers to your face. And then he lit into Colbert's style. You know that smug, know-it-all delivery Colbert's so famous for? Maher called it what it is. Theater, a performance. Not comedy, but curated applause.
And now the dinosaurs are outside of the theme park. And
I do this for a living, and I'm not sure if I follow you there.
Okay, but they did.
Everything from the monologue to the audience reaction is crafted to serve a narrative. There's no risk, no surprise, no challenge. Just one big echo chamber clapping at itself. And honestly, he's right. Think about it. When was the last time Colbert let someone on his show who truly disagreed with him? When was the last time you saw a real debate, a real clash of ideas, or even a joke that made both sides laugh? Exactly. Meanwhile, Maher's getting booed on his own show for telling hard truths. Whether you agree with him or not, he invites confrontation. He embraces discomfort. That's what comedy is supposed to do. You know what else is brutal? Maher recalled being on Colbert's show twice, and you could just feel the coldness even through the screen. Colbert's audience laughed at Maher's jokes, but Colbert himself, he just sat there pretending not to get it, leaving Maher hanging. And for a comedian, that's like being stabbed in the punchline. But Maher didn't just focus on the vibe. He hit Colbert where it really hurts, his hypocrisy. According to Maher, Colbert's entire persona is built on a lie, a carefully curated performance propped up by corporate dollars and reinforced by applause. He's not just performing for his audience, he's performing for the system that signs his checks. He dances for vaccines. He buries inconvenient news stories. He never questions the establishment. Why? Because that's what gets you $100 million budgets, even when you lose $40 million a year.
What were we talking about?
Killing an idea.
Oh, yeah.
Is that we have to come up with bombs that kill ideas.
But I mean, I feel like you're on this page. Are we going to wipe them out?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying that it is it's an emotional response.
Right.
I'm
and
not
that's
on the page.
And that's not a good idea, emotional responses. Let's use this and not.
It's like Maher said, he wasn't hired to be funny, he was hired to follow orders. And when CBS finally pulled the plug, it wasn't just about ratings, it was about the cost of compliance. They realized they were paying premium dollars for a megaphone, not a comedian. Now, of course, this set off a wave of outrage among Colbert's allies. And leading the charge, none other than Jon Stewart. Yup, Stuart came flying in on his white horse, accusing CBS of bowing to Donald Trump just to get their $8 billion merger approved.
You're given $100 million, you lose $40 million a year, but why were you given the job? It's why I always say the thing about, I'm not that interested in what the ladies of The View say anymore. I'm not that interested in what the crazy people on MSNBC say anymore. I'm interested in the corporate layer of it. I'm interested in the people that are running the show saying, okay, we'll give you this to do this. Like, whether Colbert knows it or not, he was just giving the machine what it wants. Oh, there's a guy who will literally dance to convince people to get a vaccine that doesn't work. We'll give him plenty of money to do it, right? And there's a guy, Brian Stelter, who will say whatever we want, and then people will wake up and his ratings will be horrible, so we'll fire him. And then he'll disappear for a year and we'll bring him back because not everyone will give the machine what it wants. And there's the inherent problem. That's why going independent really is the only thing that you can do if you're going to be a truly honest player in the space.
He didn't say it was about money or performance. He said it was politics. Plain and simple. But here's where things got juicy. Some fans actually expected Stuart to quit The Daily Show in protest. I mean, if you're really that outraged, why stay on a network that just betrayed your friend, right? Instead, we got a cringy, over-the-top song and dance skit. Like something out of a high school talent show. It was satire, sure, but it was also safe. It didn't cost him anything. It didn't risk his paycheck. It didn't make a real statement. Maher called it what it was: performative outrage, loud, dramatic, and ultimately meaningless.
The fact that CBS didn't try to save their #1 rated network late night franchise that's been on the air for over 3 decades is part of what's making everybody wonder, was this purely financial? Or maybe the path of least resistance for your $8 billion merger?
Even Megyn Kelly jumped into the fray, roasting Stuart for not practicing what he preaches. If Colbert's firing was such a moral outrage, why didn't Stuart walk? Because when push came to shove, even the king of fake news chose a real paycheck over real principles.
There was speculation yesterday in the podcast universe. Bill Simmons had on Matthew Bellany of Puck News, formerly Hollywood Reporter, and they openly wondered whether when Jon Stewart went on the air Monday night, he would quit because he was so outraged over the deep wrong that had been done to his good friend Stephen Colbert, clearly fired over politics. And so there was some anticipation. They both said they were going to watch Stuart live that night to see whether he would quit and make a point that this was deeply immoral, so much so that he would sacrifice the millions and the fame, air quotes, that he's getting from his reappearance on Mondays on The Daily Show. And instead, this is what we got.
And that tells you everything. Meanwhile, the only people really upset about Colbert's exit, you guessed it, the left. People like failed VP candidate Tim Tampon Walls went online calling Colbert the best in the business and praising him for speaking truth to power.
And the lefties are losing it over news of the show's cancellation. Failed vice presidential candidate Tim Waltz, Tampon Timmy, has posted to social media declaring that Stephen Colbert is the best in the business. He always told the truth to power and pulled no punches. We need more of that, not less. Well, having Tim Waltz endorse you says it all.
But the right, total silence. And that silence, loud, because it shows exactly how far Colbert drifted from comedy and into activism. He didn't just alienate half the country, he ignored them. No surprise his ratings have been tanking for years. Here's the harsh truth, you can't make people laugh if your only goal is to make your side feel righteous. Comedy isn't about comfort, it's about surprise, about turning assumptions on their head, about going after everyone, not just your political enemies. And once Colbert stopped doing that, he stopped being funny. Simple as that.
Here's actress Jamie Lee Curtis.
It's bad. He's a great, great guy. Yes, they're trying to silence people, but that won't work. Won't work. We will just get louder.
Maher summed it up best. Colbert traded laughs for lectures, and in doing so, he lost the one thing that made him great: balance. He didn't entertain, he preached, and eventually people stopped listening. Look, say what you will about Bill Maher. He's no saint. He's brash, he's biased, and yeah, he can be a bit of a snob, but at least he's honest. At least he's willing to take heat from both sides. That's what makes him dangerous. That's what makes him refreshing. Colbert, he chose the easy path, the applause, the certainty, the safety, and in doing so, he stopped being a comedian and became a character in someone else's script. So yeah, Maher torched him, and Colbert's silence in response kind of says it all. Anyway, that's it for today's video, but before you go, I want to hear from you. Do you think Bill Maher was right to go after Colbert like that, or was it just professional jealousy in disguise? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's get a real conversation going. And if you're tired of fake outrage, biased comedy, and networks dancing for the machine, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive. Because over here, we're not afraid to laugh at everyone, and that's what comedy should be.